What were your emotions when they were auctioning your dad's stuff?
Oh, that was hard.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, it was, we got a lot of bad press for doing it, but my dad and June stipulated in their wills that they wanted that to happen. So we did it. And Sotheby's was nice. They gave us there's a family room where you can watch it happen. You don't have to be on the floor. But man, and I was the only one of my sisters who went. It was painful. It
Mm,
was hard.
I can imagine it would be. Oh, sorry and thanks. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm not just a fan, but he was very nice to me,
Yeah.
and you
He
know,
was a kind man.
he was in such a special relationship and a legacy.
Yeah.
That he left. It's movies and this and that, and of course you paid a beautiful tribute to him with your list
Yeah.
album,
Thank
the
you.
last album that you made, which you still haven't shared with me. I can't believe at this point that you wouldn't have just lightened up on that a little bit. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? And I won't tell anybody. I never talk about
Do you
anything.
know how many people have said that to me? Just show me.
Just
Just show me. It'll be between us.
So when we talked last, and really cool record. I don't even know how many times I've listened to it,
Oh,
and I mean
thanks.
that. But you got a lot of other songs on there, and you talked at that time about how sometime maybe you'd like to do the rest of those songs. Could be something you may or may not, didn't know, but whatever. But now you have a new project, and
And it's not the list volume 2.
and it's not the list volume 2.
Yeah.
So how'd your brain movie go to get to this point?
What a great way to put it. Well, a lot of people expected me to do volume 2 because it was successful. It was a good record. And I'm a songwriter, so I had this big successful record of covers, and I went, oh my God, I got a little insecure about it. But I wanted to get back to songwriting. And the way this started, The River and the Thread, this new record, is that Arkansas State University bought my dad's boyhood home. And they asked the family if we wanted to be involved in the restoration project. And I said, yeah. I mean, there's a million Johnny Cash projects out there, and I say, no, no, no. I figure they're for other people, not me. This one, I said, Dad, he would want that. That would be something he'd be really proud of. A museum, a restoration of his home, music heritage site, draw attention to that part of Arkansas. So I started going down to Arkansas and Memphis a lot to be involved with this. And the first fundraising concert was big, George Jones and Chris Christopherson. It was great. And Marshall Grant, who was my dad's original bass player in the Tennessee Two, he was like a surrogate dad to me after my dad died. And he and Etta Grant, his wife of 65 years,
Wow.
were, they were the first people to hold me after I was born, after my parents. He died down there when the first fundraising concert was going on. And he came to rehearsal and played his big bass guitar. And then he had an aneurysm that night.
Wow.
So that kind of cracked my heart open.
Oh.
But it led to all these songs. So the first song that we wrote, that John and I, my husband, John Leventhal, and I wrote for the record was Etta's tune about Etta Grant and Marshall and their life together. And that's how it started. Then a lot of trips down south and a lot of songs.